Well, hi, Lighthouse families. It's me, Pastor Paul, and I am so happy to be with you whenever you're watching this as we continue to talk about one of Jesus's most famous sermons when he was here on earth. It's the Beatitudes. And today we're going to be looking at the third Beatitude, where Jesus says, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." And that word meek, it's kind of a strange word. We don't hear it a lot. And it's kind of a really specific word, like it means gentle, and it kind of means like humble or lowly. But what it really means is meek. Meek means meek. And I don't know if you know this or not, but the Bible was not written in English. As a matter of fact, the New Testament and the part where the Sermon on the Mount is, was actually written in Greek. And this verse that we're talking about, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth, the Greek word there for meek, I guess you could say the Greek meek, means not like humble or gentle. It actually is a combination of words that means having a lot of power and being very careful with it, or being very gentle with it, or humble with it. You know, that same word was used to describe Jesus when he rode into Jerusalem on a donkey. And you know what? Jesus is God, right? And if Jesus wanted to destroy, just wipe out Jerusalem and then rebuild it in an instant, he certainly could have done that, right? He had a lot of power. But instead, there awaited king. He rode into Jerusalem on this gentle donkey, and he was gentle. He was meek. So in all these Beatitudes, Jesus is talking about people that we might think they're unfortunate, right? Blessed are the poor, blessed are the persecuted, blessed are those who mourn. But that's not what God is saying. God is saying, Jesus said, they are blessed. And so he's showing us the right way to live. So we might think, hey, this is the right way to live. But Jesus says, no, this is the right way to live. And for this one, when Jesus says, blessed are the meek, man, I don't know about you, but if I've done a really good job, or if I'm really, really good at something, if I'm stronger than someone, or I'm smarter than someone, I want to make sure they know it. I hate to admit that, but I think most of us do. I think in some ways, most of us kind of like to show off. You know, I was thinking it's like that guy at the gym, and, you know, he's got his tank top on with shirtless sleeves, and so he can show off his big muscles, and every time he lifts heavy weight, he makes this loud noise, and so everybody in the gym turns to him and looks at his big muscles. Or when I was in school, there was this girl named Vanessa, and Vanessa, she liked to tell everyone how smart she was. She was always raising her hand in class, and she would always be really loud about how smart she was. She was always trying to show off. But at the end of the year, you know what? They would give an award. Maybe they do that in your school. They give an award for the person who had the best grades. And of course, we all thought Vanessa would get the award. Why? Because, Vanessa was always talking about how smart she was. She was always raising her hand whenever she got a test back. She'd be like, look what I got an A. And she was bragging about how smart she was. But at the end of the year, Vanessa didn't get the award. And we all were like, what? But you see, there was this other girl, and her name was Lauren. And she was smarter than Vanessa. She had better grades. But we would have never known it. Why? Because she was really quiet about how smart she was. She didn't raise her hand very often, and she definitely didn't brag about when she got an A+. But nevertheless, she was the smartest. And so she got the award. Now, Vanessa, she might have thought that the best way to convince everyone that she was the smartest was to brag about it. And maybe you have that temptation too. Maybe there's something that, you're really good at, but the reward never goes to the loudest or the proudest. Not just in school, but in life. And, if you're the strongest person and you go pushing people around to try to show them how smart you are, God's not impressed. And if you're the smartest person and you have all this knowledge and you're always making other people feel stupid by telling them how smart you are or correcting them, God's not impressed with that. And the truth is that no matter who you are special. You are the best at something because God gave each one of us gifts. And maybe you don't know what your gifts and talents are yet, but you've got them. You're unique. I'm unique. And we all have something amazing to offer the world. But if you're loud about it, if you're showing off in words or in behavior, the only reward you might get is people looking up to you. But who knows? They might be looking at you because you're annoying them. So we shouldn't brag about our gifts because all of our gifts come from God. And that's what Jesus is saying here. Don't be a show-off. Recognize that you have uniqueness. You have a unique power in your gifts and abilities. But God wants you to be gentle about those. He wants you to be kind and humble and lowly. And if you think about this, the best way to think about this is, as in almost everything, be like Jesus. Jesus wasn't a show-off, and if anybody could have been a show-off, it was Jesus. But Jesus didn't well, there was that one time Jesus walked on the water. That could have been like a show-off. But overall, Jesus had this amazing power. He was God. But he used it with control and gentleness. He was meek. So I want you to think about this truth. Meekness is simply strength under God's control. So I want to show you a way to think about that. I have here this little vase, and I have this little tiny piece. Can you see that? It's just this little tiny piece. All this is Kleenex. I just ripped off a piece and rolled it up, so it's really light. Okay, so you can try this with your friends. You can put it, in a vase like this, and you say to them, "I bet you can't blow that Kleenex to the bottom of the vase." And you're like, "Yeah, I can. I mean, that's so easy. Whoops, it's so light. Watch this." So all I have to do is blow. Whoops, it didn't go to the bottom of the vase because I use my strength. I can blow really hard, but now if I blow really gentle, nope, same thing. So what I need to do is I need to use my power, my strength, under control. So I have this straw, and I just blow very gently. Boom. There you go. That's meekness. So my challenge for you today is that you would be meek, that you would be humble, that you would be lowly. Now listen, work hard. Yes, try to be the best, but don't be a show-off about it. Because the best rewards don't come from other people or things here on earth. They come from God. So blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth.